Welcome to Metabolism Week. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to burn calories effortlessly while others struggle, it all comes down to your metabolism, but not in the way that you might think. This week, we're going to break down the science behind metabolism and the 4 key components that determine how much energy you burn every day. From Wits and Weights, I'm Philip Pape, and this is Nutrition Science Daily, bringing you the latest in nutrition, fat loss, and health science, all in under 5 minutes. When people say they have a slow metabolism, they usually mean they struggle to lose weight. But metabolism isn't just about weight loss. It is the sum of all the energy your body burns to keep you alive, move, and function. And while you can't completely reset or quote-unquote fix your metabolism because it can't really break, understanding that can help you optimize your fat loss, your muscle gain, and your overall health. It's all tied together. Today, we're going to talk about the 4 major components of metabolism, and then the rest of the week, we're going to go into detail on each of the 4. So let's start at the top level. Your metabolism is also referred to as your total daily energy expenditure, TDEE, the calories you burn over 24 hours. It's made up of 4 components. Number 1, your basal metabolic rate, or BMR. That's how much energy your body burns at rest to sustain you and keep you alive. Number 2, the thermic effect of food, or TEF. That's the energy used to digest, absorb, and store food. Number 3 is EAT, or exercise activity thermogenesis. That is the calories burned through structured exercise, like lifting or cardio. And then we have NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's the energy you expend for everything outside of formal workouts. That could be walking, fidgeting, chores. Each of these plays a role in determining how many calories you burn every day. And today we're going to talk about how they interact and how you can use them to your advantage. So this week's a little bit different than some of the previous episodes, but should serve as a good primer or primer, if you like, on metabolism. So let's start with basal metabolic rate. This is your baseline energy, and it makes up about 60 to 70% of your total expenditure. Your heart has to beat. You have to breathe with your lungs. Your body temperature has to get regulated. And all of those factors are influenced by your age, your weight, your muscle mass, your genetics. This is why people with, for example, more muscle tend to burn more calories at rest. And you can't dramatically change this, like you can't change the size of your organs. Well, you can change them a little bit. That's a separate topic. But the big one is building muscle through strength training. That can slightly increase it over time. And of course, because it's factored by or impacted by your weight, for example, just simply how much you weigh can also impact your BMR. And having a higher BMR means a more metabolically active, furnace, so to speak. The second component, TEF, thermic effect of food. This is what you burn eating food. It's about 10% of your daily calorie burn, depending on what you eat. And that's important because different macros have different values. Protein has the highest of about 20 to 30%. And that means you burn more calories digesting it. That's 20 to 30% of the calories consumed get burned processing what you just ate. Carbs are in the middle, 5 to 10%, and fats have the lowest at 0 to 3%. So eating more protein isn't just great for muscle growth and muscle preservation, but also slightly increases your calorie burn through the digestion of it. Number 3, EAT, exercise activity thermogenesis. The calories burned from working out. And this is planned physical activity, lifting, running, cycling, swimming, just anything you're doing deliberately. It's the most, I'll say, controllable part of your metabolism. Well, maybe other than NEAT, but it only makes up 5, maybe 10% max of your expenditure, right? You've heard the adage, you can't out-train a poor diet. I mean, more importantly here is the fact that this exercise should not be what you do to burn calories. It's a very fundamental mind shift for a lot of people. If you're trying to lose fat, you don't do it by exercising more. You do it through diet, through lifting, through multiple other factors, eating protein, but not just through more exercise. Sometimes it could even backfire. Strength training, sprinting, those kinds of things can definitely help. And you will burn calories doing them. It's not why you do them, but it's a nice little side bonus. The biggest impact on fat loss still comes from nutrition and kind of your overall activity, which brings us to the 4th one, which is NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's kind of the secret metabolism booster that a lot of people aren't taking advantage of. It's very underrated, but it can account for 15, 30%, even up to 40 or 50% for people who are very active. And by active, I don't mean you're running. I mean, you're just, you walk around a lot. Maybe you do a little sprinting here and there, but you walk around a lot, you lift, you do things on your feet, you park farther from the store, you choose activities that keep you active, like say hiking, you take the stairs, and then you might even fidget. You might use a stand-up workstation. You might even have a treadmill desk, even just typing and doing chores and things like that will burn calories. So increasing NEAT is actually one of the easiest ways to burn more calories without spending more time with structured exercise or stressing yourself out with stuff like running, for example. So simple habits like walking more, standing instead of sitting, moving throughout the day, they add up significantly over time. So your metabolism is not just about how many calories you burn, even though calories in, calories out is a valid model. It's very dynamic. It's a dynamic system that's influenced by your body composition, your activity levels, even the food you eat. So as you're trying to have an active lifestyle, you're changing the way your body burns calories. And so it's not just a simple linear thing. So again, BMR, the baseline energy burned, determined mainly by muscle mass and genetics, and a few other things like your body mass. TEF increases calorie burn based on what you eat, especially with protein. EAT is structured exercise, only makes up a tiny sliver. It is not the main driver of fat loss. And NEAT is probably your biggest opportunity to move around more, be more active, burn a few more calories. So over the next 4 episodes, we're going to dive into each of these components, breaking down how you can optimize them to improve fat loss, to build muscle, to boost your metabolic health. And that's it for today. Enjoy the rest of the week. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to follow the show so you don't miss the rest of the week. And if you want more in-depth strategies to build muscle, optimize metabolism, and take advantage of this knowledge, you can check out my main podcast, Wits and Weights. So text this episode to a friend if you thought it was helpful. Tomorrow, we're going to start with BMR, how it works, what affects it, whether you can actually speed it up. I'll see you then.